Hi, this is Fern. Welcome back to my channel. Um, just wanted to come by quickly and just bring a word of encouragement that for those who are seeking growth in their lives, seeking development in their lives, and just knowing that God is moving. And this is a channel of faith because God brought me to this point where I could actually, it was a word given to me some years ago that I would have a YouTube channel and I could not see it. But you know what? Little by little, I step out and I just let God use me. So for whoever this is for, I just want you to know that God is moving. He's omnipresent and He has the best for us. So that you and the skills that you have, a lot of times in school we're not really encouraged, especially for those people who may not be that A student, what the world calls an A student. But you might be gifted in so many other ways and stuff. Maybe not in arithmetic and maybe not in English, but you have a gift and a skill that God has called you to produce for the world because He placed it in us. The world may not see your gift, but God sees it because He put it there. So I just want to encourage you to think well of yourself. Think big. Not that penny ante stuff we see on TV and, that play stuff. This is a real life. Things are happening in a real time. So a lot of times, we're not really encouraged to be the best person you can be because God knows who He called us to be. So I just want you to know that you have gifts and talents inside of you that are waiting to come out. Be encouraged. Look around. See the things that you do well. See the gifts and the things that maybe other people don't do like you. Some people may not cook like other people. Some people may not spell or write as well as other people. But that's why we're called people, because we're given the gifts and the talents to help one another. So where you may not be able to do things well, other people can do it and help you. There are people who won't turn a deaf ear to your needs, and there are people that God will use to be a blessing to you, but you also have to want to be a blessing to others. So many times, I went on a walk today and I was looking at a situation and I remember there was a person and she could do hair. She did hair so well, you would never know it. You would never know it. But whatever hindered her in her life from being a blessing to others, she would not do hair. And I was like, hi, how are you? Welcome to the channel. So I just want to encourage you that you can do well. You can do whatever God you put your heart to. And if you have to go to the library and then you have to take and spend time at the library. I taught myself one of the programs was how to take and do Canva. And I learned at the library. And I just spent a lot of time. I would go every day and I would handwrite every word that was being taught in that course. I would spend time just writing and writing and writing. And then that's when I came across Canva and I began to do designing. I never thought I would be a designer. I couldn't see myself as being an artist or a gift. I have a sister, she's an artist and she's extremely gifted and talented. But I was like, nope, that's not for me. Artists have to be a certain way, you know. I kind of ran from it. But as I began to do some graphic designing and I started to see the beauty and the encouragement that God placed in me, I was hooked. And now I'm actually working on my tag for my table. I'm going to be doing two events, one in Bridgeport, Connecticut on May the 4th. They're having a Black Wall Street. It's open to everyone. So just because it's called Black Wall Street, you know, don't look at it as, oh, just black people. No, it's for anyone who desires to come and, look around. So I'll be selling some of my guides also, the one on how to become a vendor and the one on how to do reselling. I'm actually doing some reselling now. So what I do is I get my wares and I go out and I put them on eBay, Facebook. So that's another way to make an income and make money so that you can, pay those bills. So those gifts and talents that God placed in us are there so that we can take and not have to be at the bottom. God, you know what? They say some things rise to the top. So this is a time when God are blessed. He's blessing His people. He wants them to come forth with those gifts. If you cook, You can take and do something, maybe cook for someone, cook for a family. Sometimes a parent doesn't have time to come home and cook, and you could cook for their kids. And you can take courses, you can go online, you can, even if you have those skills, sometimes if you want to become a licensed cook, you can get your degree or certificate. The state has the home cottage license that that you can get. I think it's less than $200, and you can get your cottage home license. And it's just not for baking; it's for people who do jams and jellies. And there's a whole list of different things you could do to take and earn income. So I just want you to know you have gifts and talents. Some people paint. You know, I've heard about a person recently, and he started his own painting business. You'll be surprised what you can take and do with the gifts and talents and earn the money to start a business. And if you're not interested in starting a business and you just want something, a side hustle or something else, you can do that too. So I just wanted to come on and encourage you that you can do it. Whatever you set your hands to do, as long as it's legal and pleasing God, go ahead and do it. You know, the cost is so minimal. People don't know. I got a call from a person today, and she's like, I want to get my LLC. And I mean, she's in high figures, and she's like, I don't want to look for another job. I don't want to go through the hassle of trying to line my resume up with what they want. She was like, no. She said, I'm going out on my own, and I'm going to start my business. So I'm just excited with her. And then I shared the last video I did. There's a woman that's 80 years old, and I've been there since she started, and just encouraging her. And she's gonna be getting her degree, her high school diploma at 84 years old next month, and I'm so excited for her. Where people told her she couldn't do it, they discouraged her for so many years, yet she's going to be getting her high school diploma, and then I think she got an offer to work in somebody's office. That is so great. To God be the glory. So I just want you to be encouraged that don't give up on yourself. You got to speak positive. I woke up the other morning, and the Lord just put on my heart, think positive. You know, think positive. And so many times we get so caught up in life and this is going on and that is going on. Don't be discouraged. I remember a couple of years ago now, the Lord woke me up. He put in my spirit, think well of yourself. You know what? You don't have to look like everybody else. Look like you. Be who God made you to be. And you will go so far in your life. You will grow, you will develop, and you will be who God called you to be. You don't have to be like anyone else because you don't know how they are. You don't know their root. You don't know their foundation. Be you. Get to know who you are. So I just wanted to come on, be an encouragement. Have a great rest of the weekend. And, you know, come back. I'll be coming out as much as I can just to be that encouragement. And, you know, going to be in Hartford May 17th. Going to be out bringing some of my guides out and my gift wrap papers. I do design and custom gift wrapping paper for all different events and things like that. I design them and then I sell them. So be encouraged. Come up with something. Get back to me. Look, put in the comments something you're interested in. You know, as far as business, you know, I minister to young adults, young children, to encourage them to think well of themselves. Don't listen to all the negative going on. Don't be drawn to those things that you know isn't right, you know, and that you can do better in your life. Have a future, plan for your future. See yourself where you never thought you would see, successful in business, and whether it's sports and things like that. Be encouraged. Have a great weekend, and I will talk with you later. This is Fern from FML Diversify.